Have you been wanting to see me do a unboxing flip through of the Moonology Diary 2022? That is coming up right after this. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Mel from Mel's Divination. I'm the owner, the operator, the creator, and today we are going to do a walkthrough, flip through kind of journey with the Moonology Diary. I like to post videos on Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays is about witchy, spiritual, tarot, astrology kinds of information. And if you like that, I highly suggest that you subscribe to the channel. On Fridays, we do Flip Through Fridays, which I share my tarot, my oracle, or any kind of divination decks that I have that you may be interested in of my collection. I have not filmed in a little while, so I'm actually a tiny bit rusty. I filmed many videos pre-Christmas, trying to get myself ahead so that if anything came up post-Christmas, I had some time to take a little bit of a break, video filming anyway, and I allowed myself some time to spend with family. Anyhow, today I'm going to do a video that I wasn't planning on doing. I still have a lot of other videos coming up that I've already pre-filmed, but I got, if you watched my last live that I did on New Year's Eve, I got a Moonology Diary, and yes, this is reversed for those of you that have never seen my videos before. I got a Moonology Diary from my mom for Christmas, which was unexpected. It was a nice surprise. So before I start filling it out, because it is an interactive, because it is a diary, it is interactive. There are spots to put things in. I decided to share it with you now while it is still blank. Today is January 3rd as I am filming, and I'm already behind on filling things out on it because the new moon was yesterday afternoon in Capricorn, and I was just honestly exhausted. And apparently I wasn't the only one, because I checked in with a few people that are in my community, my witchcraft spiritual community, and they were all, I was in bed by like 8 o'clock yesterday, and that's really, really early for me. So I didn't do any of my new moon rituals yesterday. I just wiped out and went to sleep. I was in bed very early, and today I'm going to end up doing my new moon rituals, which that is okay. I don't know if we've ever talked about that, so I will do some type of video on that eventually. But it is okay if you are tired, if you are affected by the moons, which I am. I'm actually a Capricorn rising, and I do have several things in my natal chart with Capricorn in them. So I don't know if that's why I got hit so hard, but it was a super new moon as well. Anyhow, it doesn't really matter. I don't need to go on and on about this latest new moon. This video is about the Moonology Diary. But it is good for you to know, because this is about working with the moon and working with magic and the new moon in full moon rituals, because it is in here. This lines up also with the Moonology book. I'm going to grab it. As I was saying, this lines up with the Moonology book, which I've already done a full walkthrough and review of. I will link it above, somewhere up here, to check this out. This is a very, very detailed book about working with the new moon and the full moon magic for setting intentions and setting up things. And if you have this book, or if you like working with the moon like that, this is a great companion for that. It will make, I believe it's going to make this kind of workings a lot easier, I think. I think that's the theory behind it. I have never used this book before, this diary, so it's a new experience for me. I can't tell you if I'm going to like it or if I'm not going to like it. I will do an end of the year feedback on it at the end of 2022, just so you guys know. With that all being said, I think we're going to launch into it, but I was starting to say, and I got distracted because my phone rang and I had to go take care of that. But with that being said, new moons and full moons, if you are sensitive to the moons and you find that, okay, it's the new moon like me with the Capricorn moon that just happened, and you're tired and you're not feeling up to doing the ritual on that night, it is okay if you wait and do it the next day. If you do it within a day or two of that time, don't beat yourself up. It's still within that new moon phase or that full moon phase. As long as you do it within the next day or two, you're usually fine because it's the same energy. It is often good to try to get it done on the day of, but if you can't because whatever, life, it's fine. It's fine, seriously. So that does align with this book, the knowledge around this book for you to know. And we're gonna jump into it. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm gonna share this with you. So this video is going to be a little bit longer. I'm not going to do a complete 100% walkthrough. I'm going to show you the beginnings of it, and then I'm going to show you what 1 month looks like. I'm not gonna, every month is set up the same way. So I will give you an idea of what 1 month looks like, and then we'll be done. All right, I'll see you guys on the other side when I flip the camera around. Okay, so we are back. Here is the Moonology Diary. I apologize for the sound. I do not have the new microphone hooked up yet. I haven't figured out how to set it up yet. So we are still with the old sound that I had before. And there's going to be a little bit of a shadow here because I am doing it over my skylight for the proper lighting because it's ridiculously overcast. It is supposed to snow here today, so the heat is on and it's making noise and all sorts of technical issues. So I do have, I just put on a little bit of background music. I don't know if you can even hear it. I'm just trying to play it over the heating and other noise that's going on. All right, so here we go with the Moonology. And here is the back. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. And you can pause and read that. I'm not going to read the whole thing. And it looks like in the United States it's $16.99. Like I said, I got it for a present, so I didn't buy it. And then we'll go back to the front. It's a matte cover, and we'll get started. So the inner cover, when you open it up, I have not used this at all. So I flipped through it a little bit. The front and the back look the same. And this journal belongs to, diary belongs to, and there's a contents. I don't know if you guys can see that. That probably helps. There's a contents. And then she really gets into the welcome. So again, feel free to pause. I'm not going to leave it on this for very long. On this page, page 4, there's a section, top 3 things that you want to do in the year. So I have to fill that out. It looks like it's big enough. And then page 6 gets into the 5 things that are most important in life. Seven continues and goes on to eclipses. Eight talks about rising signs and houses. Nine talks about Moonology for 2022. And we're not going to get into all these details, but I'm going to quickly show you. So the next one's about phases of the moon, and then there's a chart for it. And this is stuff that is in her Moonology book, working with the new and full moons, wishing and surrendering. So this is literally in the Moonology book. So it's kind of repetitive if you have the Moonology book. A quick guide to the houses. And then a brief reference of it. It's not as detailed as in the Moonology book. The Moonology book is much more detailed. And then how to use the diary, an explanation of that. It talks about the zodiac signs. So it's a very basic, like, hey, if you've never heard of any of this stuff, if you're new, it's good for anybody. It's good for anybody people that are brand new, that are beginners, people that need a refresher. It's good. And then it gets into the diary right after that. And it starts with a year planner, and then it goes into an introduction of the month of January. And then it shows you the whole calendar and things to do this month. And then it gets right into the moon, super new moon in Capricorn. So this is where it's very different than the Moonology, because it literally tells you, well, this is what's coming up. This is the times. These are the locations of, and then it tells you all about what it means. It's not as specific as I had originally thought it would be. And then there's her journal prompting. So new moon wishes and intentions. So here's the first page. And then I'll show you the second. And then this is the second page. And then it gets right into the actual diary. And she gives she shows you what the moon is for every single day. She gives little tips. This week is coming up a new moon. It's a new moon this week. What are you grateful for right now? Mercury retrograde is coming up. So she gives you little tips of that. And then when the full moon comes up, she talks about the full moon. Same thing. What this means. All right. And then a full moon activity, forgiveness and release, which is different than the new moon activity. Oops, sorry, blurry. Questions to ask at this full moon. And this is set up for, for Cancer, full moon for Cancer. So it looks like it's set up for the specific moon. And then it goes until February. And then the same thing, it starts over in February. And I skimmed to the back of the book. What does the back of the book look like? It's pretty much the same thing. It just goes right into January, goes into the next year, and then there's a little section for notes. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the camera around. Okay, welcome back. So that was Moonology, the diary of Moonology. It does line up. My other thing that I will also still be doing is the Magic of I, which I have not, which is blank. I haven't done anything. I'm so bad. But I will also do the new moon intentions of the Magic of I as well. So there is a difference. This one is just blank. You set it up however you want. Where this one isn't blank. It's like prompted. How do you want, you have to fill it out. It's like asking you questions. It's an entry. And it is set to the specific, in the astrology Magic of I one, it's the same every single month. In this one, oh, it looks the same. Yeah, it's the same every single month. My biggest goal, audacious wish, or intention at the new moon is. So it's literally the same thing. I thought she changed it depending on the vibe of the moon, but she didn't. It's the paragraph that comes on the page before that tells you what the energy is. Am I going to benefit greatly? Perhaps. It helps you focus more with your manifestation. It helps you focus your goals, your intentions, if you have a hard time with that. So I am absolutely going to use it. I'm going to see. Am I going to use the planner part? Probably not. Because I already used the Magic of I planner. I don't need to. I wish that she offered a diary that was just for the moons and not a planner as well, because I don't need two planners. That is pretty much it for today. And let me know if you've used this before. Did this help you? Did you find this book helpful? Sorry for some of the awkward angling. I tried something new today and I don't know if I loved it or not. It is what it is. When you're making content, you just try it. You may also notice this is a little crazy wonky looking. And that is because I am in process, which I mentioned on the new moon. Check that video out if you want. That, not new moon, on New Year's. That I am in process of moving everything that is my work from my main part of my house into my office. And it looks like a bomb exploded right now. But once it all settles, it's going to look awesome. So eventually it'll be great. I hope you guys have an awesome day. I hope you guys have a restful new moon and productive one. Set those intentions. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye.